Welcome back, DePIN Hub community, to our second edition of the Verified Recap. This is where we will recap to you a little bit of background information about recently verified projects on the DePIN Hub platform. As a super quick background, we launched the Verified program at the end of last year as a response to our most requested feature and a problem that seemingly many people in the community are facing, which is how to navigate through the ever-growing sea of DePIN projects and identify the best potential investments or projects to participate in that are doing the right things and might have a healthier, longer-term potential for your participation. We've done that through a process, a fairly rigorous process, I will say, of 20 different questions where we touch on everything from the tokenomics, the community, how value flows back to the node operators, the long-term growth plans and vision, such as how they plan to hit $100 million in real-world revenue, and more. Projects that score 75 or more out of 100 then receive the purple verification badge, and you will see that visible on certain project pages on DePIN Hub. They get increased exposure on our platform, and in turn, we try to help the community connect with those projects. So today, we are excited to welcome 4 new additions to the DePIN Hub Verified family, and those projects are, drumroll, Hivello, Natix, Session, and Beamable. And we're going to talk a little bit about each one of those projects today in this Verified Recap. First on the list, Hivello. Hivello is an aggregator of DePIN projects, enabling users to earn passive income by participating in multiple DePIN projects, all via a user-friendly desktop app. The team. It's led by Dominic Carosa, the chairman, and Andrew Smith, Hivello CEO. This team took Banksa, one of the world's leading on and off ramps, to market and eventually a listing on the Toronto Stock Exchange. Let's talk about the token. Hivello recently launched their HVLO or Hivello token, which you can now trade on exchanges such as Gate.io and MEXC. Plus, you can stake it for currently some pretty high APY. What chain? Hivello is currently on one of DePIN's most popular chains, Solana. Hivello has done a stellar job fundraising with $2.5 million raised in late 2023, led by NGC Ventures, Blockchain, among others, and then raised an additional $3 million in a private strategic raise, led by Animoca in early 2025. Let's talk about scale. We're looking at 11,000 monthly active nodes back in January 2025 at the time of their verification. If we look at some recent announcements, well, first and foremost, there was their TGE on February 11th, with the token now accessible, as we mentioned, on exchanges like Gate.io and MEXC. They also offered a huge airdrop of 2.5 billion tokens to their beta app user base. And Hivello's aggregator app allows for super easy on-ramping, and they have already created 32,000 crypto wallets for users to date. Some of the highlights for us at DePIN Hub is first and foremost the extremely low barrier to entry. You simply install an app on your desktop, no custom hardware required, not even a wallet. On top of the fact that the team has deep experience taking a crypto project, Banksa, to market and listing it even on a major exchange. So thank you, Hivello, for doing what you're doing, being transparent, and we're happy to welcome you to the DePIN Hub Verified family. And the next project, driving in to the Verified home at DePIN Hub, is our friends, Natix. Natix's vision of an internet of cameras is revolutionizing mapping, autonomous driving, and physical AI. Starting with their Drive-In app, which allows anyone to map from their vehicle with just their phone. They are now going deeper into the world of autonomous driving and specifically the training it needs through their VX360 hardware, which is about to drop for all of you Tesla owners. The team is led by CEO Alireza Ghodz, who holds a PhD in wireless communication and 10 plus years of experience in mapping and autonomous driving, and is supported by co-founders CPO Lawrence Muck, with decades of computer vision expertise, and CTO Ahmed Magarian, who has 15 plus years of experience in software architecture under his belt. If you watched our last podcast episode with Natix a few months ago, you'll see that they also have the insight of a special advisor, Ulrich Lagis, one of the godfathers of LiDAR systems, which is one of the critical pieces of tech used in the VX360 and in the Tesla camera systems in general. Natix's token, Natix, is available on leading dexes and multiple sexes such as Gate.io and KuCoin. Natix is also on the OG DePIN chain, Solana. When we talk about scale, Natix is doing impressive things with over 240,000 users of their drive-in app who have mapped over 160 million kilometers to date. Their funding statistics are also equally as impressive, with $16.1 million in funding to date over 3 rounds with DePIN OGs like Borderless Capital and other major players such as Coinlist and Blockchain Ventures. In terms of announcements, the VX360 is dropping. We have a dedicated deep dive about this project. We'll link to it in the description of the video. And we even held a verified X-Space with Ali Reza in early April, where we also dove deeply into the VX360. The product will allow Tesla owners, and soon some other vehicles too, to generate 360-degree maps used for training autonomous vehicles. You can also score 12% off your VX360 using code DePINHub. And you'll also have a chance to win 100,000 extra Natix tokens after you map your first 2,000 urban kilometers. Some quick highlights. So tackling the mapping problem, which is something that's very expensive, slow, and out of date, using often multiple $100,000 vehicles that can only go up and down certain roads sometimes once every 3 to 5 years without requiring any custom hardware, just the phone. That was the drive-in app. And now Natix also showing their diversity by being able to tackle the problem from the custom hardware solution angle as well through their VX360. They also have a very solid team with decades of experience and expertise in their fields, a solid user base, and are on Solana, which is obviously a very tier 1 chain, especially in DePIN. So Natix, welcome to the DePIN Hub Verified family. And next up, our friends at Session, ushering in the age of truly private, decentralized messaging, bringing back the internet that we once knew and loved, and taking out that menacing eye from the power of big tech and the FANG companies and menacing governments and other authoritarian regimes around the world to bring back a sense of true privacy and community on the internet. Love what these guys are doing. More concisely, Session is an end-to-end encrypted messenger that minimizes sensitive metadata designed and built for people who want absolute privacy and freedom from any form of surveillance. Session's team is led by Key Jeffries and Chris McCabe. Session brings deep crypto expertise from running their own blockchain, Oxen, and building out privacy-focused messaging apps since all the way back in 2018. Let's talk about the token, the Sesh token. It's used to unlock features in their messaging app, as well as staking and dynamic incentives. This also includes the ability to unlock Session Pro and the ability to purchase and trade custom usernames. There will be 80 million Sesh tokens in the circulating supply at Session's most likely up and coming very soon TGE, and 40 million tokens in the node reward pool, which will be equally distributed to their node operators. And the chain they'll be using is another recently very popular chain in the DePIN space, especially amongst node sales, Arbitrum. And the scale of the network, we're talking about 1 million, actually I believe to date it's 1.2 million monthly active users and over 350,000 crypto wallets, sending messages across 2,200 distributed nodes. In terms of funding, Session hasn't really needed to do a big funding round in the recent years, but they've raised 2.4 million to date anyway. And in terms of announcements, we've already touched on it. Not a lot of things more important right now than the upcoming TGE. Session will officially launch its Sesh token on Arbitrum and migrating from their original Oxen blockchain. They also recently announced a funding campaign on Legion. And some quick highlights. Well, Session is possibly the most privacy-focused messaging app on the market, period. And that's including Telegram, Signal, and all the other big boys. They have a really sleek design. It's an awesome concept, essentially messaging to earn. They have a huge user base already. And with the increasing concerns for privacy, look at the recent Signal scandals, the arrest of Pavel Durov, everything dating back to Edward Snowden, the future looks bright for adoption of Session. So thank you, Session, for joining the DePIN Hub Verified program. Excited to have you. And last but not least, entering the world of gaming, our friends at Beamable. What is Beamable doing? Well, Beamable is an open, extensible game server platform that lets you create online games and virtual worlds in minutes. Beamable is led by John Radke, a gaming industry veteran who has already launched major games for TV and film brands like Game of Thrones, including taking a web development platform public on the NASDAQ. And the engineering team features veterans from both Unity and AWS. In terms of token, Beamable is still pre-token, but plans to launch this year on Solana. So in terms of chain, it looks like I just answered that for you. It is tentatively Solana. In terms of scale, quite impressive already. 86 live games have been deployed on their platform with 1.5 million gamers interacting and 6,000 game developers as well. Beamable's funding situation is impressive, raising $22 million to date, led by Bitcraft Ventures with participation from Solana Foundation and Polygon Ventures as well. In terms of announcements, well, there are rumors of a 2025 Beamable TGE and possible node offerings. So you will have your chance to run Beamable's validator nodes and take part in building out this game development network. Some quick highlights. Real-world traction and revenue already with 86 games running on the platform, 7+ figure revenue waiting to migrate on-chain soon, deep industry expertise by the core team, both on the gaming and the web development infrastructure side, plus on top of that, strong funding. Quite excited to see what Beamable has to come, and we are happy to welcome you to the DePIN Hub Verified program. And that is a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Until the next one, go and check out all of the verified projects on deepinhub.io. Star the ones that are your favorite. And remember, interacting with the platform will earn you points and unlock all kinds of cool discounts, alpha, and more to come. So until the next time, DePIN revolutionaries, stay decentralized.